find himself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on. So New Off in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani, not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haight deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the down pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. It's now Pike going to have a go at Werrell. Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's allowed to have fun. Yeah.
It's all about entertainment,
So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is been enjoying himself watching the Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there as they're really bunching up now.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
Oh, look at the Tyson. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such chopper. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Clash at the Kern 115, sponsored by the number 57 car Mark Herzog here this evening. We got 115 laps of this 0.85 kilometer paved oval. 8 degrees on the straightaways, 12 to 14 degrees in the corners. We have got 21 cars in this race here this evening as well. Format this evening, don't forget we're going to have 2 10-lap heats where the grid will be split in half. That will determine for the starting grid of the race. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be joined in the booth by Aidan Graham here this evening, who I'll bring into the booth very, very shortly. Don't forget, guys, as well, if you want to get yourself involved in the Triple Bypass Racing League, they've got 5 nights of racing. Sundays, Gen 4. Tuesdays, where we are here this evening, is late models. Wednesdays, road racing. Thursdays, the Xfinity. And then Friday is the GTP GT3 multi-class series here as well. Big shout out, of course, to Mark Herzog, who has sponsored this evening's race. But let's bring Aidan into the booth. Aidan, good evening, dear sir. How are you?
Good evening to all those out there. I'm doing good, JP Productions. I could just say the same for you. How are you on this fine, lovely evening?
I'm doing very well, to be fair, sir. I am doing very well indeed. Always fun when we come to this one. I think with the Triple Bypass Racing Boys, the 115 laps, if they stay green all the way through, shouldn't take us very long at all, should it?
This race is going to be over in 45 minutes if we stay green. These drivers are out here ready to see what they can do. Haslat is starting on pole with 2 minutes to go left in this qualifying. I actually cannot wait to see what these drivers have in store for us here today.
Yeah, Neil Overmire, welcome into YouTube chat there. Pulling for my boy Wonder, Josh Overmire in the double deuce. Thomas Hood, not fun watching my boys running without me. Good luck to Team Edge on Edge Racing. We're at 10, over or under yellow. I say 3. I'm going to say 1 here this evening as well. Aidan, what's your prediction?
I say I'm also going to stick my money on 1. These drivers know exactly what to do here. They know exactly how these cars handle, and they know exactly how to keep these cars away from each other. It's going to be providing us with some good racing here today, and I actually, again, cannot wait to see what they provide for us here today.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting as well. Don't forget, this qualifying grid will set the heat qualifying section. So, of course, they will have a 10-lap heat, and the grid will be split in half, so they will be able to then determine who's going to be on top. Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe to all that other fancy free jazz that is available on YouTube. You don't want to miss any of the action coming up here this week on JPB Broadcasting. We have got lots of things happening here as well, and it's definitely one that you do not want to miss. It's a week filled with radicals. It's a week filled with MX-5s, we had GT3s, we got it all this week. So join us for this week's action. You cannot forget any of it as well. Tuesdays, as you say, already gone past. We are at the round 5 of the Kern County late models. Then we've got Wednesday, the JPB GT4s at round 8 at Bathurst. GT3s from TCRs on ACC, round 7 from Spa on Thursday. We've got 3 going out on Thursday. That's the first of the triple header. On Thursday, 8:30 is the Evolution GT3s round 7 from Mugello. And then on Thursday at 10 to 9 is the Radical Race Series round 9 from Atlanta. So join us for that one. Like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and you won't miss any of the action. Qualifying is over. We will be going in to the first heat of 10 laps here as well. And let's bring you up the grid for that one. We've got the Hazlitt brothers, Justin and Thomas, on first and second, with Mark Herzog in third, Jeff Slaughter in fourth, Nick Howard fifth, Louis Flowers in sixth with Ward Fisher seventh, Matt Harmon eighth, John Crutchley in ninth, Tyler Ruelas in 10th, and Adam Schoen is there in 11th. We will have another heat for you after this one, which will set the grid for the main feature race here as well. They've only got 10 laps here, Aidan. Surely they've just got to make sure that they're finishing within the top three to be at the front for the feature race.
Yeah, if you finish in the top three and just manage to have your car survive this first heat, you'll make it into the next heat or the main event. That's where all these drivers want to go. That's why finishing position is very important, because the A main is going to be the best part of the race.
Yeah, to be all in the feature, of course, these guys, they've got to finish here as well. They will be all in the feature, of course, but they will be just down in different orders of the grids. Werrod, Hazlitt, father and son. Really? I thought they were... Oh, maybe I was mistaken. Who am I thinking then with Thomas? Never mind. Doesn't really matter. But let's get this race underway. We've got 10 laps here to go, of course. The two guys from On Edge Racing there as well. Justin and Thomas at the front, with Jeff Slaughter from On Edge, Mark Herzog and Nick Howder from On Edge as well. It's like an all On Edge top five, bar Mark Herzog here, as we're going to be going around having a pace lap one more time here this evening as well. Don't forget, guys, earlier on we won the UK Sim Racers MX-5. They were on an oval, believe it or not, at Phoenix Legacy Circuit, so you can go check that out. And also the JPB NASCAR Super Series was at Bristol for 85 laps of Bristol. So yeah, go and check that out as well if you want to watch them guys. The Europeans drive NASCAR. It was clean racing, to be fair. They only had 4 cautions at Bristol, so well done to the Europeans. But let's get this up and running. Let's get this underway. The lights are going to be off already, and now we are underway. We are green, green, green. Banks of 2 at the moment here as well. 2 lots of 2, 3 lots of 2. And Justin Hazlitt is out the front of the race, with Mark Herzog in second, with Thomas Hazlitt in third at the moment. Jeff Slaughter there battling away. Louis Flowers in the mix as well. Still very close field here as well. Oh, that was the number 15 of Nick Howder. Nearly ended up in the wall there. Oh, the 62's gone round. Louis Flowers in the wall with the 84 there as well, and unfortunately both of them are in the wall, Ward Fisher and Louis Flowers, but it's still Justin Hazlitt out in front at the moment. Aidan, I would say clean racing, but we've had 2 bits of contact already.
Yeah, the little bits of contact there with the other car going on top of the other one, but we stay green. The race directors deem it safe, and since it happened in the back, we are gonna still keep it green here. That 27 of Justin Hazlitt's doing very exceptionally well here as he dives it into turn number 1, making sure he can keep distance between that second car.
Yeah, Mark Herzog in that number 2 spot at the moment. Thomas Hazlitt still holding on to number 3, with Jeff Slaughter still behind him there as well. Then we've got about a 1.3 second gap till we get to Nick Howder, and then Adam Schoen behind that one as well. He's further back in that 79 machine. 10 laps on the clock. We've got 6 to go. We've done 4 already. There are 18-second laps here as well. So you can do the math if you want to of 115 times 0.18. I can't work it out at the moment, partly because it's 2:05 in the morning and I don't fancy doing maths at this time of the day. But let's get this running here as well, as Justin Hazlitt showing his dominance as he has for most of the season, with Jeff Slaughter behind him as well. He's trying to get through once more as these guys mixing it up at the front here, Aidan, as well. What do we think for the main feature race? They've got 115 laps. Are they going to be running banks of 2, do you think, or are we going to see a very single file evening of racing?
Well, judging as what we see here now, is might be single foul all the way, but we can have our little bits of battles here and there, possibly maybe even 3 wide if you're just daring to go that. If you're just daring to go there, you want to make sure you get these cars where they need to be. These cars can take a beating, but it's not advised that you go all out if you don't want to yet.
No, you definitely don't want to be terminating yourself before the beginning here as well. We've got 2 to go at the moment. Justin Hazlitt doing an excellent job for that On Edge Racing team here as well. Mark Herzog, sponsor of this evening, of course. Can't forget Mark is a very important person here tonight. And of course, Thomas Hazlitt with Jeff Slaughter behind him. On the final lap now, it looks like Justin Hazlitt's going to wrap this up here as well. Great job from Justin in Heat 1. He'll go on to the feature race, as will everybody else. It would just be their verifications of where they are in position. But Justin Hazlitt comes over the line. He wraps up the first heat there as well. Great job from Justin. He's got that car dialed in. He could be an unstoppable force there, Aiden, in the feature race.
Yeah, as you said, they're a very big unstoppable force there in the main race. In my honest opinion, I feel like the Haslap brothers might be the people you want to watch here today. I have my money on either Justin or Thomas. I don't know about you, but I fancy they are going to be the ones to watch here today.
Yeah, well, as YouTube chat has told us, they are father and son, Aiden, not brothers, apparently. Justin Hazlitt is in first, with Mark Herzog in second, Thomas Hazlitt in third. I think Thomas is the dad, isn't he? And Justin is the son, if I'm not mistaken. Jeff Slaughter in fourth, Nick Howder, John Crutchley, Matt Harmon, Adam Schoen, Tyler Ruelas, Ward Fisher, and Louis Flowers, of course, who we saw had contact there. The grid for the second race, Brian Dickens in pole with Joshua Overmere, Ryan Hyatt, James Honeycott, Ben Harcombe, John Campbell, Mike Weeder, Andy Jeffries, Andy Sparaza, and Derek Catt there as well. We are up and running here already. These guys going around currently at this moment in time. So a great job from these as they're out on their pace lap here as well. You are right, JP. Come on. It's not often people say that to me, Thomas, so thank you very much for that. I am right for a change. Yeah, Thomas is dad, Justin is son. Justin is the son, and he's generally the quicker one. But we won't tell Thomas that because, we don't want to upset Dad here this evening either. And that could be the worst thing for us to do once more. These guys have got to battle out now as well and get themselves into this main as high as physically possible. Can they do it here for the Clash of the Kern 115? Sponsored by Mark Herzog there as well. Herzog Motorsport. Top right-hand corner, as you can see on the logo. Pace car is pulled in here. And now we're going to be up and running for this very short, sharp sprint race of 10 laps. Brian Dickens leading us away, and we are up and running, and it is green, green, green here again. Dickens out in front with Joshua Overmere, pushing him on the outside there, running 2 lines, 2 banks of 2. You can see JC John Campbell starting to make his way through as well. The Australian flying up on the outside as well. If he can lock onto the back of the 76 there, Aiden, he's definitely got a chance of getting to the front.
Yeah, the more you move, the more these cars are actually gonna come out and come alive. 78 is trying everything he can because, like you said, you want to be in the front. If you manage to win this heat, you are going to be in the second position for the main race. The higher you are, the more chances you are trying to get to that, trying to win that A main race.
I think that's the important thing for any of these guys, especially Joshua Overmere wants to put the car on the front row. He's going to be alongside Thomas Hazlitt, both of these guys as well. Scrapping it out. It's going to be very interesting. We'll show you the scores very, very shortly after this one, as we've got 7 to go at the moment. Mike Weeder in the mix with Ben Harcombe there as well. Harcombe in the 78 with Weeder in the 6 machine. And then the 117 of JC John Campbell behind. Anthony Spolaza behind that. Randy Jeffries and Derek Catt, unfortunately, dropping off the back end here. But at the moment, Josh Overmyer has got this locked up. He is doing an absolute stellar job as we're coming around with 6 to go already. Now he's Brian Dickens behind with James Honeycott as well. A lot of pressure here, Aiden. There's a lot of pressure on Overmyer to get this job done.
Yeah, he really wants to stay in this position here. You want to be in the second spot for this A main race. Keep as much distance as you can with 5 to go as he goes down into turn numbers 3 and 4, trying to hit his marks very perfectly well. These drivers know what to do. They want to get into the A main as much as possible. Well, to be fair, they're going to be in it, but you want to be as high as you can be to avoid mostly all the carnage. As you know, it's either the back or the mid pack that has all the carnage that we are going to be looking forward to see. But we want to know that we want these leaders to be safe as much as possible. You don't want them to be eliminated too soon, too early.
Yeah, you definitely don't there as well. Neil Overmeyer. It's Overmeyer like fire, but Meyer. All right, Neil, I got you. Don't you worry about it. Josh Overmeyer there out in front with Dickens behind. And Honeycott behind that. YouTube telling me off already here. We've got 2 to go once more. Josh is doing an absolutely stellar job out in front. Brian Dickens there holding off James Honeycott. Just looks like James has got nowhere to go as we enter into the final lap here as well for the second heat this evening for the Clash at Kern 115, sponsored by Mark Herzog, but it is going to be Josh Overmeyer taking this victory, and he's led from start to finish. He goes over the line. Great job from Josh there as well. So yeah, Josh Overmeyer doing a stellar job. Brian Dickens, James Honeycutt, Ryan Hyatt, Ben Harker, Mike Weeder, John Campbell, Anthony Speraza, Randy Jeffries, and Derek Catt are the finishing positions there for these guys. So a lot of action still to come. Don't leave us just yet here, as we're going to be going into the final, the main feature race, very, very shortly. Here are the results. It is Joshua Overmeyer in first, with Brian Dickens second, James Honeycott third, Ryan Hyatt fourth, Ben Harcombe fifth, Mike Weeder, John Campbell, Speraza, Randy Jeffries, and Derek Catt. The scores on the doors currently at this moment of time, of course, are with Justin Haslett out in front by 6 points over Jared Jackson here, with Nick Howder in third and Thomas Haslett. Nick Howder third, Thomas Haslett joint third on 58, with James Honeycott and Ryan Hyatt joint fifth on 56. Then we've got Ben Harcombe in the 7th spot on 55, with Mark Herzog on 52, Mike Weeder 51, and Matt Harmon on 50. That's your top 10 here this evening as well. 21 cars going to have a nice little battle here as well. Couple of pace laps to go. Then we're going to be up and running here, Aidan. What do we think is going to happen? Chaos, carnage, or just great clean racing?
We are going to see a little bit of both. We're going to see some carnage. We're going to see clean racing. I'm really hoping for the clean racing. I actually want them to go many green laps. We seen what they can do in the heat races, and as you can see during those heat races, they've been showing us, they've been giving us all the entertainment we can expect. It's like a little trailer to a movie. It just hypes you up. Again, I have my bets on Justin here getting this win here today. I don't know about you, but he's going to be my pick for this race. How about you?
Yeah, knowing what Justin's like and knowing how fast he is, I can't really see outside of Justin winning, and that's no offense to anybody else here either. I'm not saying that anybody else is slow. I just can't see Justin being able to get there. They haven't got tyres. They've got their one set that they're on. That's it. They've got to make it to the end. So it's going to be a tough one here as well. Justin is going to win for sure. He's too fast, says Mookie. Well, let me know in YouTube chat. Neil, I'm sure you're going for Josh. Thomas, who you going for? Let us know there as well. And Tyler Ruel is commentary top notch, and one of the few people who got my last name right. Come on, winner, chicken dinner. Right. Here we go, the lights are on. We're going to be up and running, and we are now green to start the triple bypass. Clash at the Kern, 1:15 here as well, sponsored by Mark Herzog. John Crutchley did not get a good start. He dropped down one place as well. Nick Howder up 2, Slaughter up 1, with Thomas Haslett up 1 as well. Tyler Ruelas up 2, with Ward Fisher up 2 as well. But it is Justin Haslett leads us away. Josh Overmeyer behind him, and Mark Herzog and Thomas Haslett there as well. Justin's done what he needed to do, Aidan. He got away at the beginning, and that's all he had to do, right?
Yes, that's all he has to do. He shines very well when there's open track in front of him. He can keep that distance from the second car. He can make it as big as he wants it to, as long as he saves his tires here. All these drivers are going to look all these drivers are going to be electing to save their tires, but this 22 all over the back bumper of the 027. He's going to make sure he puts the pressure to him. He wants that car to make a mistake. He wants to lead out front too. That way he can sail on by to see what he wants to do here. That 27 diving into turn number 4. sticks his marks all the way through. 22 is getting that's 27 is getting a face full of that 22 car all over the back of him. He's making sure he stays up with him. He's not letting him get away anytime soon.
No, he's definitely not there as well. He's trying to keep hold of him. Joshua Overmeyer knows he cannot let Thomas Hazlitt get away. If you let him get away, he is what call, as we call it, gone, gone, gone. He will be away, and it will be tough for anybody to catch up with him after that one as well. Further through the field, we've got Ryan Hyatt battling his way. He's got Mike Weeder in front of him with James Honeycutt behind that. John Crutchley tucked in behind there as well with Ben Harcum at the in the 12th place. Matt Harmon, JC, Tyler Ruelas further back there as well in that number 160 Black Machine, looking daunting in 14th place. And we've got Louis Flowers, Derek Catt, Randy Jeffrey, Speraza, Fisher and Campbell further down the back end of the field. But Joshua Overmeyer still pressurizing, and he's still pressurizing, and he's continuing to pressurize here as well. As we can see now, as they come out the corners, they get up onto that straightaway at an 8-degree banking. Then they're going to go up to 12 to 14 here as well. They're trying to stay off the banking. That's an interesting line for me. Normally cars are running up on the banking if they're saving tires, but these guys are diving down into that apron section and really running the inside line, Aiden.
Well, they want to use up the time they can, but they got to make sure that they be careful too, because again, they're on one set of tires. They want to come in, oh well, you can only either come in for fuel or repairs. Tires is not an option. You want to save as much as you want, but as you see here, the line that's fastest right here is the bottom lane. If you go to the top side, it's either going to be slippery or you're just going to fall right back, almost like Daytona. If you get out of the draft, you're just going to fall right back and see all the progress you made just go away. The 22 is still all over the back bumper of the 27. That 027 has 3 gears here, there, and gone, and he wants to make sure you stay in that here gear. He wants to make sure that you don't want to let him leave your sight.
No, you're definitely not. You definitely don't want to. You want to keep hold of Thomas if you can, because it's the last thing you really want to do and allow him to get away. We've got a gap opening up, to be fair, between the Nodge and Ryan Hyatt. They're opening up about 2.7. John the Nodge, Crutchley, of course, with Tyler Ruelas, Ben Harcum, James Honeycutt. They're trying to battle their way as well. They have got a big of a gap to this man, Ryan Hyatt. Has got Nick Howder there as well, with Jeff Slaughter, Mike Weeder, Brian Dickens, Thomas Hazlitt behind it, all scrapping it out as well. So great little battles materialising here at the front of this field as Brian Dickens and Thomas Hazlitt scrapping it out with Herzog behind. Herzog in front, in that number 57 in-out burger machine with Brian Dickens. They're trying to run the outside line. How do you play this if you're on iRacing? You know, they've got literally 5 cars in the top 8. How would you play it as a team?
As a team, I would say try to finish the race. If you have cars that are potentially threatening to each other, have a driver try to hold them up as much as they can as they get spread out across the field. The more cars you have, the more ground you can cover. And the more ground you can cover, the more spots you can gain. You can sacrifice, as a team, you can sacrifice some things, but you don't want to sacrifice too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think you need to just make sure that you're in and around the area where you need to be. I think that's the main thing, and Josh Overmeyer is doing exactly that. He is hassling Thomas Hazlitt. Justin Hazlitt, sorry. He's trying to pressurize him into the mistake. They're staying away from the high banking, which I find quite interesting, really, because it means they're really not caring too much about tyres as such, because obviously as you're turning tighter on the inside, you're scrubbing more grip, and of course, Ward Fisher, Speraza, and Jeffries have just caused the first yellow flag of the evening here. And let's take a look and see what happened there. Ward Fisher in the 84 car as well. Oh, looks like there's a run by the 816 there. Speraza. He got a astounding run though. I think that was the thing for me. He got a stellar run, but then just kind of lost it as he come off onto the front stretch there.
One might think that he didn't see the corner in time. He saw the gap and he went to go for it, as you can see here. but he might have not anticipated the corner being there or the car being down here as he just runs into the car just below them. And then possibly trying to make sure he makes the corner, almost locks up the brakes, sending the car straight into that 084. And then 62 finishes the deal here and just spins him around.
Yes, not an ideal scenario for Mr. Speraza, and I'm sure he will be frantically apologising there as well, no doubt. I am sure for his issues. We will get this up and running, and then if we have another caution, we do have one. I've said one. Who was it who said free? It was Werrod said free as well. Let us know what you think of cautions here as well. Justin is conserving. He's a master tactician, biding his time to be there when it's needed. Kern is hard on tyres. He who has them in the end win. So there we go. Well, let's see how it goes on here as well. It seemed to be very hard on tyres anyway, Aidan, wasn't it, from them scrubbing down on that low line and obviously turning the car a lot more fiercer as if they were as such out on the outside. But you can see the marbles developing on the outside. Do you really want to put the car up there?
Oh no! For all those who are for those of you who are new here, marbles is something that you just don't want to be in. It's like rubber and debris. It's just loose. The tires will collect those and start basically sliding the car around. That can easily put you into the wall or spin you around. That's something you want here not really something you want here, as you want to have that much grip to get out of the corner. It just makes it very, very hard for you to keep the car straight up there, and you don't want that. You want the car to be straight. You want the car to be fast, not slow. It's slidey, and you just don't want to fight it too much.
Yeah, I do fully agree on that one as well. Picking up marbles, no good. Slidey tyres, slidey cars. And then it is gone. Unfortunately, pace car lights are off. We will be going green this time around. They're going to line up in the double file here as well. So let's see what happens. Louis Flowers getting into he's back out on track. Randy Jeffries is there as well. Ward Fisher's now back out. Adam Shones, who unfortunately is showing he's out here as well. Not out as in out down the shop. He is out there as well. So Mookie there retracted messages in YouTube chat. I'm sure it was something important, either that or it was a spelling mistake. One of the two. But let's get this going now as well. Justin Hazlitt out in front, Overmeyer in second with Herzog in third. And now once more, this Clash of the Kern 115 is green. So Nick Howder is strung up on that outside line at the moment. They're double file. I don't think for how much longer they're going to be double file here though, Aidan, because at the end of the day, we know that lower line seems to be quicker than the top line.
And as you start running down low more often than not, the Mars are going to just get kicked up further and further into that top lane. You want to get out of that lane as fast as possible because you don't want your car to be unstable. An unstable car means you burn up tires more soon. You really just don't want that. But Justin Hazlitt had a great restart. He's running all the way through, hitting his marks just perfectly fine. The 22 they're going to be right back to where they were before. 22 is going to stay in that mirror of the 27, hoping for him to make a mistake, pressuring him all the way through. As we come down into turn number, turn number 2, the Biggs car making a move right here. On the bottom side, the car got shuffled up high.
Yeah, Weeder did. He stuck his nose in and then kind of just ran the accelerator, and Herzog didn't really have a choice but to give up that position, unfortunately. It's the way it works. Obviously, if you stick your nose too far up the inside, you know you're going to gain the inside position. And basically, Weeder just did that over Mark Herzog, didn't he? He just literally gave a gap, put his elbows out, and for Mike Weeder, he's now battling into this top 3.
Yeah, this top 3 is actually doing stunningly well. Normally, as we saw from the start here, it was 1 and 2 with the 27 and the 22. But now the 6 car is in the picture. He has some exceptional pace. It looks like he might be able to take second place if he hits his cards just right here. He's trying to get that line, but almost looks like he just got a little bit loose there. But he rebounds it, runs it into turn numbers 3 and 4. The 22 on the back bumper of that 27. We might see some moves here made on the front. We might see some moves here made on the front lead pack here today, don't you think?
I think so as well. I do fully agree with you. I think that it's hard at the moment because Weeder and Overmeyer, can go at Hazlitt here as well. Hazlitt's got the pressure. He's leading the championship. He's doing a great job as well. Don't get me wrong. He's not short of ability is Hazlitt, and he knows what he's doing in this car. And at the end of the day, he's not leading the championship by 76 with 76 points, by 6 points over Jared Jackson, who's not even here. Nick Howder is his next battle there, and Nick's all the way down in 8th for the moment. Justin's got 4 out of 4. Obviously, he's got 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s. He's no slouch in this car, this young man, Justin Hazlitt. So, I'll be very impressed to see how this goes as well here, I think, this evening. I think this could be a 1, 2, 3, and then we might have the rest of the pack. And I think that's the way it's kind of developing at the moment, as Tyler Ruelas and Ben Harkham are going side by side. Not sure Ben wants to be up that high, though, Aiden. Does he? Surely wants to be able to get down onto that lower lane.
Yeah, the marbles are all the way up there, as you can see. Almost basically clips that wall. But if you can actually manage to control the car up there, as you can see, you can get the run, as it was just monstrous. Look at this. Out of turn number 1 and 2, he basically gets the jump and is secured that spot just over him. And the top lane is fast, but it's risky. High risk, high rewards. But it also comes at the cost of your tires, since you are running faster up there too as well. Yeah,
I'm not a high risk, high reward individual when I drive this. I'm more of a please leave me alone, don't touch me. My safety rating's bad enough. I try and stay out of trouble if I can here. On board with Tyler Ruelas, who has just gone in a little bit too hot into that corner, put himself into the wall as well. What about Weeder? Well, we're still looking on that on edge car here as well of Justin Hazlitt, the number 27 in front of us. It's a great shot of the way that's working there, that machine. And I think people underestimate how these cars are set up, aren't they? They're not set up like straight running road cars. They're already left before they've kind of left the pit lane.
Yeah, the setups, these cars setups are absolutely astonishing, and these cars alone have enough power. They can actually outturn the Cup Series, the driver. As you can see, Weeda going, trying to take it. Nah, he's not going to be able to clear him. This is a lot of aggressive driving here. They're basically getting cut off from the nose, but he looks like he's trying everything he can. He's already passed a 22. He's already went past 1 roadblock. He's going up from 10 positions back. From 10 positions, he's already up here. He's wanting to make some moves here. In fact, Weeda might be the one also to watch here, because he's very exceptionally fast here. The 27 is going to have his hands full for this one.
Yeah, I don't think Hazlitt's going to have this all his own way. Weeder did pass Overmeyer there as well. Overmeyer now sitting in 3rd place here as behind these guys. We've got Herzog closing in once more. Ben Harkham, and that's Jeff Slaughter in front with Tyler Ruelas behind him in that 70. Ben Harkham in the 78, chasing down Jeff Slaughter and Nick Howder with Tyler Ruelas in the 160 behind. 62 Louis Flowers, then Cat, then JC, John Campbell, Matt Harmon, James Honeycott here as well, John Crutchley, Speraza, Ward Fisher, and then we've got Randy Jeffries, who is a lap down currently at the moment. But these guys are going to start coming onto the back end. Traffic. How are we going to deal with traffic, Aiden? Do we go high? Do we go low? I'm the lap car. You're the lead car. Which way do you want me to go?
To be fair, since the racing line is the low line, I'd say these lap cars have basically no choice but to go high, unless you want to hold up the leader. But you really don't want to do that, as this is a short track, and as the saying goes, tempers flare at short tracks the most. You don't want to get bumped or wrecked out of the way by the leader. You want to keep running. You want this car to stay clean, pristine, and you just don't want to get into any altercation. As you can see here, most cars are already choosing to elect to go to the top side, mainly before they even get to them. But the roadblocks here today are just going to move out their way, say, hey, leave me alone. You have your battle. I have mine here. Don't touch me. I won't touch you type deal.
Okay, well, I hope you're right here because we're coming into it very, very shortly. On board with Mr. Thomas Hazlitt. He's coming into the back markers, the 119. They're out on the outside. That's Randy Jeffries. He's surely got to be letting him through if he can. Jeffries, he does. He goes up high. Hazlitt dives in underneath. Now, next on our list, here we go again. Forward more. We've got 4 more cars to make it through before we've got that fresh air. What is happening behind with Weeder and Overmeyer? Are they able to make it through? Weeder's got through on Jeffries. Overmeyer's got through on Jeffries. And now they have lost a bit of pace. But, of course, the 816 of Speranza and Honeycott are battling out there as well. That's also Ward Fisher in that red machine. Very identifiable. These guys running high. Hazlitt's going to take the chance to go underneath. Weeder needs to follow. If he doesn't follow, he's going to struggle here as well. He does manage to follow through. Overmeyer goes in underneath as well. That's 2 down now, Aiden. We made it past 2 and we haven't had any problems.
Yeah, I feel like these drivers are having great communication with these other lap car drivers, like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna take the high side. Make sure I get out of your way." These cars are slicing through the sphere like a hot knife through butter. They know what to do. They want to keep these cars out of the way. The lap cars are doing everything they can to try to either stay on a lead lap or just give it up, because there's no point. When you're a lap down, there's no point in trying. You might as well give it up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do agree with you. But Ward Fisher's doing somewhat of a stoutly job here, should we say, of not giving it quite up. He's still taking the racing line. Hazlitt's being closed on by Weeder. Hazlitt is going to be sat in that car absolutely screaming about now. I would be like, look, I'm not being rude here, dude, but, you know, shift it. You know, let me out. Let me through. As we've got the 70, is that the 76 in front of us now as well? This is Honeycott. He's running on the inside. These guys benefiting from this Overmeyer and Weeder, because Hazlitt, he can box him in. You've got, I'll tell you what though, Aiden, if Overmeyer was a little bit closer then, he could have boxed Graham in behind that 76 machine. Hazlitt in behind that 76 machine.
The lap cars here are providing a great obstacle for Hazlitt, but just enough for, as you can see here, ooh, the 6 of Weeder, the lap cars are holding up the leaders. Weeder actually makes it through. Can he get it? He dives on the inside, crisscross maneuver. He's not going to make it stick, but it might happen here in turns number 1 and 2. Can the 6 car power it down? Yes, he can, but he still got to deal with the 48. Can he clear him? It looks like he will not. Ooh, this is getting very interesting here. Who'd have thought the lap cars would actually help produce the better racing?
Yeah, I know, but the problem is Weeder has just done Hazlitt just done to Weeder what Weeder did to him and blocked him in on using the back marker there as well. That was a great overall. That was great playing by Weeder there, using the back marker to block Hazlitt in behind him. I think that was absolutely incredible. But however, we are back now. We are clear through the back markers, and it is service resumed here as well, as Overmeyer now gets through on Crutchley as well, and he takes that place of lapping the back marker. Now Herzog's got to try and get through as well. Herzog's got a great opportunity to run it up here as well, considering the hold up from them guys, I think, Aiden, as well, was quite significant, because it did allow the leads to jostle around. It gave us that bit of action in the middle.
Not only did it give the leads to move around a lot, but also gave time for the other cars behind them to catch up. Notice how one of the cars that they're racing for positions has actually closed in on them. Before, it was just the 1, 2, and 3 positions battling it out. Now you have basically other drivers gambling in. Hey, give me some of this action. I want in. As you can see, of the 119, they're coming back through. They're going to get through him pretty well here too.
Randy Jeffries making his way on the outside, saying, hey, I'm not in your race. Don't touch me. So Randy Jeffries making his way through, but now we've got the other guys starting approaching these back markers here again. They've just started to get through. Howder's trying to close up on Thomas Hazlitt, who's trying to make his way past Ward Fisher, who's also trying to, well, they're still fighting in front, so good luck getting through that one, Mr. Hazlitt Senior, sir. Slaughter's in the pits. He's decided enough is enough. I'm going in. I can't cope with this anymore, as he's got his stress levels rolling out. Ruelas is trying to get on and stay on to the back of Harkham, but Harkham's a little bit further down the road here as well, as now Thomas Hazlitt is trying to weed his way through Ward Fisher as well. Do you think there was any issues with back markers there? Do we think that the back markers could have cleared things a lot quicker than what we did?
Normally when it comes to racing etiquette is that when you're a lap down, you just give up your positions to the leader. You can try to fight if you want, but in the end it's just pointless. The faster cars always gonna win. I feel like they could have done a better job of getting out of the way, but as you saw there, it made for some good strategy plays against the leaders. As you can tell from that number 6 in the 027, how they use like the little pick and roll maneuver, like I box you in, I box you in, he boxes me in, to try to at least try to get some passes here done. As you can see, it worked exceptionally well for the 6 and the 27.
Yeah, it definitely did. It allowed Herzog to close in as well, which is good for him. Now he's mixing it up on this front 4 here. We have gone past the halfway mark. We have gone on lap 66 here as well, just fast approaching 67, 18-second laps. These guys are absolutely flying. We've only had one caution at the moment. Touch wood. I will touch the wood on my desk here as well, as these guys are still battling it out. Hazlitt, Weeder, Overmeyer and Herzog. Great shots from Mark Herzog's machine there, as these guys are coming past us out of turn 4. Now they're going on to the section coming into turn 1. Here they come, the 4 battlers out of the front of the line. They're 2 wide further back. That's Ryan Hyatt and Brian Dickens, I believe, are side by side currently at the moment as well. These guys scrapping it out as they're heading into turn 3, and it is the 122 of Dickens on that inside line. Hyatt's going to try and sweep down the outside. He has done already, and a great job from Ryan Hyatt, but he's still got 2.84 seconds up to the back of Mark Herzog. Ben Harkham in the 78 machine chasing down Louis Flowers as well. He's going to try and make it through, as Ward Fisher there is on the inside line. Force in the 76, which is currently James Honeycutt, to go down the outside line there as well, and Nick Howder. Is that where the issue lies, Aidan, that they're forcing them to go around the outside rather than moving themselves up to allow the cars to go under?
Yeah, normally when it comes to racing etiquette, racing line, leaders are there. You have no right to be there. Actually, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. You do have a right to be there. However, it's just futile. You're not battling for positions. You're just going to waste up your resources, and you're just going to waste the time of everyone else behind you. As the 84 basically forced the 76 up the track. It was just, why?
Can't answer that question, dear sir. All I know is we're not in the car. So unless it's something that we don't know, but generally I think as well, Aidan, it might just be that nerve situation, mightn't it? It might be just he doesn't know where to go. I'm not saying none of these drivers are not experienced, but sometimes it can get all a little bit too much for you, as Herzog's just dived underneath. We have got a yellow. Oh man, this is not going to go down too well here. This is Ward Fisher and Honeycutt. Ward Fisher, of course, the lap car on Honeycutt. Is he going to go and dive him up the inside? Well, no, he's just...
Oh, no. He just dumps him straight through the corner.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some stern talkings to that 84 after this race by either the stewards or the driver of that 76.
Yeah, that's especially from a back marker. I think that's the hardest thing to understand here as well. We will have a quick chat with today's sponsor. He's currently running in 4th place. He's doing an absolute stellar job as well, Mr. Mark Herzog. Mark, welcome in, dear sir. How are you?
How are you guys doing? I'm not doing too bad. It's been a pretty good race so far. Just 2 yellows for you.
I know, but to be fair though, Mark, I did say earlier on at the beginning of the broadcast we were only going to have one. because I had great faith in you. But then I saw everybody weaving through the back markers there, Mark. A little bit scary, wouldn't you say?
It was interesting. There was guys are holding their line, which is all you can really ask. You know, you got to, if they hold their line, then you can figure out how to get around them. It's when they start moving that makes it difficult.
Do we think, one of the questions we asked here as well, would you prefer back markers running up high and allowing you underneath, or would you let them run underneath and you run around the outside?
Well, it depends on where you catch them. If you catch them off the corner, I'd rather have them go high. But if I catch them, you know, in the corner or going into the corner, they can stay low and I'll go around the outside.
Well, Mark, me personally, they can still run high. I think they you know, some of the back markers that you guys have just gone through, it made it a little bit more dicey. But on the upside, though, Mark, it did allow you to close on to the top 3 again. What's the chances of a Mark Herzog in and out burger sponsored evening victory?
It's going to be tough. I'll settle for a top 3 if I can get us another second behind Justin. He's running fast up there. I think he's just saving the tires and building us all into thinking we got a chance. So
never settle, Mark. Don't ever settle. Let nobody ever tell you, Mark, that you are not good enough to win this race, dear sir.
yeah, I caught the 22 and I had to move on him. I might have been able to get that one completed, but then the yellow came out. But we'll see. Maybe we can get back around him again.
All right, Mark. Well, there you go. Thank you very much, Mark, for joining us there, buddy, as well. Pace car lights are still on. Do you want a quick shout out before we go for anyone?
Yeah, thank everybody in the lead. You guys for putting on a nice broadcast for us. And as always, got to thank the wife for letting me spend a little bit of time out here with you gentlemen.
You definitely have this. Always good because you end up sleeping in the bed. Right, buddy. You're lining up. Take care. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. That was a chat with Mark Herzog as well. Correct driver, in my opinion. I prefer the low line. See, I would prefer them to run them up high. I've got to be honest. I wouldn't want them on the low line because we know the low line's quicker, right? You know, it's like a circle. If you go in the inside, you're going to be quicker than the people running around the outside. So I think I prefer them on the... I'd like them to drift out and go a little bit higher here. But let's get this back up and running, and we'll bring Aiden in and continue this conversation as well. And Justin has done what Justin's done. He has bolted away at the front. For the guys on the outside, they need to get in as quick as possible. They don't want to get strung up. If they get strung up anymore out there, they are going to be hung up like a pair of washing trousers. My wife is hanging out on the line. I can tell you that one. And one of them is Mark Herzog, who is in threat of losing that position there as well to Brian Dickens, and he has lost that position now as well. If Thomas Hazlitt gets in behind Dickens as well here, Aiden, it could be Mark Herzog could be down another couple of positions.
Mark Herzog trying everything he can to stay in front of that 122. But as you can see on the last lap, he basically almost door slams the wall. He's very desperate here to try to stay ahead of that car. I want to be further up. I don't want to be further back. My progress is all that I've had this race to. I'm not going to lose it. I'm gonna fight like a champion, and fight I will. He managed to get it. The warrior managed to win the battle, but now he still has to face the other threats of the 66 or the 6 to 22 and Justin Hazlitt coming down into turn number 3 and 4, and it feels like it's going to be smooth sailing here. I feel like he's going to ride it out, see what he can do, find his marks.
Smooth sailing. Brave words, Aiden. Brave words. If there was another caution, we could blame you for that one, for using the smooth sailing words. But, you know, at the end of the day, they do say cautions breed cautions, but I think this is probably one of the few leagues where it doesn't here. And Herzog, go on, son, send it. As he pushes it up the inside, he's made Weeder go out on the outside now. Weeder starts getting onto their marbles. Now Herzog's in the inside line again. He's going for that top 3. Oh, mate. Mark Herzog there takes the top 3. Now you can see Weeder going on the blocking defensive here as well. He needs to kind of stop the rut, isn't he? He needs to get Dickens, make sure Dickens stays behind him. Because otherwise, for poor old Mike Weeder, he can lose another position really quickly.
Now, Weeder being in the top 3 and falling back a few positions, I'm wondering what happened there. Might be some errors on his part, but all he has to do is keep his head down, stay sharp, and try to keep the car running. As again, Herzog and that wall are going to have a date later on, the way they keep meeting up like that.
Yeah, I'm sure Herzog there, if you're going to take anything out on a date, you might as well take an inanimate object. Let's be honest, it don't answer back. Hey, that's a winner. Louis Flowers here in 62. He's up 11 places as well. Weeder's up 8 at the moment. It's a great fighting from Weeder there as well. An impressive drive. Hazlitt slowly getting away from us, Aiden. He's getting away. We're nearly 8 tenths back from Justin Hazlitt already. You can't give him any more. Surely you're going to struggle to catch him after this.
Yeah, it's the fear. It's the nightmare that all these drivers feared, letting Hazlitt get away. Because now all he has is open roads in front of him until back markers comes up. Actually, that's really what they're going to have to bet on is the back markers. But since it's single car, he's going to be able to get through them as fast as he possibly can, while the others are going to have to struggle through the back markers. That's something you really want to see with the second and third place. But as you can see here, the 15 and the 3 battling out hard. The 3 on the outside. Herzog almost, again, hitting that wall, but manages to keep it clean out of that corner. The 3 diving it in deep. Can he get it? He's going to stay with the 15. The 62 is also going to be on the back bumper of the 3 as he tries to get it in. 3. Oh, whoa, that was close. A little dicey there.
Yeah, but you can see that's the problem what Flowers was doing. You can see they're using the kind of, they're opening up the corner, so they're coming up, then going down, and then coming out high on the other side. The problem is that leaves the door open for Louis Flowers to go, hold on, son, I'm going to stick my nose up the inside here as well. And that's what he tried, and you can see it there with Weeder and Dickens. You know, Dickens has dived up the inside. Watch the entry line from Weeder. He takes that high line, then he drops down, then he comes back out high on the other side. But that allows Dickens, if Dickens gets a run, to snatch the inside, which is what he's trying to do, isn't he? He's trying to just get his nose up there. You know, if you haven't watched the Busch 150 of the Cup Series the other day at the Coliseum, you would have seen how they did it, and trust me, they were not afraid of sticking their nose up the inside and giving each other a bit of a push onto that outside line. But these guys scrapping away, and now Hazlitt, with 22 to go here, has opened up a 2.5 second lead already. Impressive drive from Justin, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, when it comes to Justin and an open road in front of him, he shines the best. As you can tell, with a 2-second lead, it looks like he has nothing to worry about.
No.
Basically, him and Max Verstappen just gone from the other field, have nothing else to worry about. Only thing he has to worry about is lap traffic, as he's going to be coming up on them soon. But in the meantime, the Herzog and Overmeyer still battling it out as the 122 dives in deep under the 6. And I'm gonna be real right now. Mother Nature might not be happy with how many doors are being slammed just to keep the cars behind them. But as you say here, you have an opening, you put your nose in it, but it's very risky if you do that, because all it takes is one wrong move, one miscalculation, and the car could be going down and getting spun around. You don't want to see that here today.
No, but they're relying on the other person seeing them, aren't they? Overmeyer there is on the outside. It seems like he's struggling. He might have just tapped the wall there. I've got a funny feeling for Overmeyer, because now he's got Weeder. This is the opportunity. There's the line that Overmeyer takes. There's the run-in from Weeder that we were talking about earlier on. He stuck his nose in, pushed Overmeyer out. Now, the problem for Overmeyer is if he don't get in quick, Dickens is going to come, Hazlitt's going to come, Howard's going to come, Flowers is going to come. And unfortunately for Overmeyer, he could be down 5 places within the next few laps here, because he just can't get in. He cannot get back in the gap. And now, here we go. That's another place. Hazlitt's going to come and get past him as well. He's followed Dickens through. Overmeyer is stuck. He is stuck on that outside line there, Aiden, and he just cannot get through whatsoever.
Very big frustrations here for the 22 team as well. Ooh, Lord, heart pounding. This race is getting very interesting. A lot of risky moves are being made with 14 to go. A lot of drivers are basically, it almost spins the 62, almost spins it off the corner. He saves it. It goes down into the corner, but he might be able to, nope, the 78 is going to take it away from him. This race is getting interesting. very fast. 22 trying to basically recover from the loss as he almost gets tight, goes up to that wall, leaving the 15 to have that bottom side. You don't really want to see that here. It actually might come down to the tire conditions here. 22 might have used his tires up to try to keep to the back bumper of that 27 and defend. But Herzog is going to try to fill in that position as Haslat is still 3 seconds ahead. That is incredible. The 27 has nothing to fear. He's on it here, there, and gone. He went through all the gears. He's making sure he hits his mark. I'm pretty sure he's keeping level-headed with his team right now, making sure he doesn't get overconfident as some of these drivers have done here almost today.
Yeah, definitely. As well there. Herzog's now opened up a bit of a gap in that second place. Weeder with Dickens, with Hazlitt, with Howder. They're the top, the 3 to 5 range here as well. Howder sitting in that 5th place at the moment. Ben Harcombe is further back, 1.29. He's got Flowers, Harmon, Overmeyer, and Campbell. Joshua Overmeyer all the way down the back there. He has just leaped places like a tap that's broken here as well, and he is just going backwards faster than he's going forwards here. Neil, what is going on with your boy, son? Let me know what is happening in chat. I'm sure he's probably got not a lot of tyres left. Weeder's into the wall as well. He's gone down now, all the way down to 6. Is this the period of time we're starting to see these tyres drop off, Aiden? 8 to go, and there's more people going backwards than they are coming forward.
Yeah, and most definitely here, it might be because they didn't save their tires. Justin Haslat has been doing that. But it's weird because when you're the leader, you want to go fast. You need to go faster, stay in front. But it looks like Haslat had just the right amount to save and defend. He knew when to use his resources and knew when not to use them. And it looks like they are shining here today. But it could come down to the tires being used up here a lot, as he's now reached lap traffic. But he's so far ahead, it just doesn't matter. In a sense, he could just stay behind in 67 and just coast to this win. Like, it just doesn't matter at this point. As he goes down to 67, what is he going to like to do? He's going to stay on the bottom. Ooh, what is he going to do here? And he's going to probably let the... Yeah. There we go.
Just let him through. I think that's easier, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's recycle back to this conversation. As you said before, many drivers had, as you can hear from Herzog, he actually had preferences. He knew like certain scenarios as to when it was allowed for the car to stay down there. But in all honest opinion, I'm with you. I just rather have the car go up a little bit, give me room, so that way I have my space, you have your space, and also, so that way I'm not burning up myself just trying to get around you. When you're in a draft I don't know if these cars really do well in a draft here, but usually when you're behind another car, you're taking the air off of that right front. It can easily get that car tight, go to the wall. You can easily burn up your tires through there. As Weeda still dropping back. The 22, the 22 and the 6 are basically going through a dry spell period. The 6 is 2 to go. Can the 6 hold on to a top 10? This 117 is looking to capitalize on this as well.
He'll get him. JC will get him, I think, as well. I think, to be honest, Overmeyer and Weeder's tyres are off a cliff. We're on the final lap now as well. Justin Hazlitt is coming round the final corner. He is going to win today. It will be a Justin Hazlitt victory, and he has taken that victory there as well. Nick Howder with Brian Dickens, they're going to be on the run down to the line as well. They're rubbing all the way. It will be... I don't know who. Yeah, but I don't know. I still don't know who that was.
They're going... Temper. Oh, my Lord. Timbers are really flaring here. It may be the end of the race, but let's keep it off the tracks, fellas. Let's just take it inside.
Yeah. Definitely here as well, but it is Justin Hazlitt, your winner. Let's bring you up the results. I don't know who actually got that there, but from Howder. Justin Hazlitt did take the win, though, by 4.5 seconds over Mark Herzog. Brian Dickens in second place. Brian Dickens in third. Howder in fourth. Hazlitt 5th. So Thomas Hazlitt 5th, but it was Dickens and Howder that come over the line practically neck and neck there. Ben Harcombe and Louis Flowers with Mike Wheeler, John Campbell and Matt Harmon rounding out the top 10. Then you've got Derek Catt, John Crutchley, Ryan Hyatt, Joshua Overmeyer, Jeff Slaughter, Speraza, Honeycott and Randy Jeffries. They're your bottom end with Ward Fisher, Tyler Ruelas and Adam Schoen there as well. Right, let's bring a couple of drivers in for a chat once more, of course. And in an ideal world, we, of course, need the winner, but we're not going to have the winner. But I do want to have a chat with this man as well. He ran up the front for a lot of the race, and at the end, he went down the order faster than me pushing my daughter down a slide. Good evening, Mr. Weeder, dear sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I guess I just wrecked my tires there trying to get through the field to get to the front, and wasn't enough at the end, I guess.
Yeah, you don't worry, mate. You and Josh seemed to just lose them all together. They were off a cliff and they were gone. But the race in itself was good up until that point, right? Did you think you could get the win, or do you think you were just burning them up too quick?
No, see, I felt good just following behind him. Then I made that move to get the one lap there. I just saw some cars lapped in front of us. I made the move, and probably should have just sat behind him a little bit longer, but it didn't work for me.
No, but it was a great move, dear sir, blocking him in behind the back marker. I've got to be honest there as well. Do you reckon you could have held him there, like run him on, so he is stuck behind the back marker a bit longer, coming run the corners?
I don't think I could have kept him behind me, to be honest with you. He's pretty fast. I'm just happy to be racing with him, to be honest. So it's been all good. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay, mate. Well, thank you so much for joining us there, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
I'd just like to thank everybody. Thank you guys for putting on this race. Thank the guys who run the league, and we'll try to get a win one time this season for you guys.
I'm sure you will, Mike. I'm sure you will. Persistence, sir. Thank you very much, Mike. Have a good one, buddy.
Yeah, you too. Have a good night.
All right, so next up there as well, we did speak to this man earlier on, but we better speak to him again because he did make the podium. And if I don't talk to him because he finished second place, God only help us. Mark Herzog, how are you, buddy?
Doing quite well. It was fun. I was able to get by both those guys. I think they used up their tires a little more than I did, but once I got by them, I just couldn't catch. There was no way I was going to catch Justin.
No, it took a while. It was an interesting one. There was, don't get me wrong, Overmeyer and Weeder, they dropped off a cliff, Mark. What was the secret to preserving the tires around here?
Yeah, you really can't drive it. And you think you can drive it in hard, but you really can't. You get off the throttle. For me, just a little bit past the flag stand, let it roll in and set, and then get back on the throttle.
Well, there you go, Mark, as well. So great advice for anybody wanting to do short track ovals as well, but an absolutely stellar one. What about your season, Mark? Where do we think you're sitting? You're sitting at 8th at the moment. Where do you think your season prediction's going to be?
Well, I'd like to be able to get up into the top 5. I've had some good runs that have been jacked up, late in the race because just incidents. But overall, it's been either good or it's been bad. So hopefully, there's more good to come.
Awesome, Mark. Well, thanks so much there, buddy. I did ask you earlier on for shouting out, but is there anybody else you want to add to the wife and everybody in the league?
Just the guys that make all iRacing for making a heck of a nice simulator for us to all get out here and spend some time with and pretend we're race car drivers,
Yeah, awesome stuff. Well, Mark, thank you very much there, buddy. I look forward to chatting to you as the season goes on, and thank you again for sponsoring today's race.
Thank you for taking the time to broadcast it, and look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, man, take care. All right, next up, we better have a chat with this man as well. He didn't have it all his own way before he declares to me he did. But I will say, after the second caution on lap 73, you might as well just have looked at the back end of Justin Hazlitt and picked that as his good side, because that is all what the other drivers saw here as well. Justin, welcome into the booth there, son. Great win.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was a fun one. I had to do some work, and this time around had to burn up my tires a good bit.
Yeah, but you didn't burn them up. That's the thing, right? I know you're the tire whisperer, right? But you didn't burn them up as much as the guys that were chasing you. Why do we think that is? Why did Overmeyer and Weeder drop down like a rock in the ocean, but yet you still managed to have yours?
I know Overmeyer actually blew his right front. He burned it up so bad. He had a meatball at the end with how hard he drove. A lot of it just comes down to the pace that I can get out of it, just rolling it, right? So like it's one of those things where a lot of these guys they're jumping in the throttle, they're having the wheel cranked from the center out. When if you go in my end car on the exit of most corners, I'm trying to keep the wheel as straight as possible. I always call it the string theory, right? So it's like imagine you tied a string to the bottom of your wheel and that string runs to your pedal, right? So as I'm getting in the gas, it pulls the string and it should straighten out the wheel. And when you're off the gas, as you're coming off, it should allow you to turn the wheel because it's a loose string. And you just apply that to tire saving and it works wonders.
Do you have the string tight, though, and the wheel in the center position?
Yeah, so when the throttle is down, it would pull the wheel straight down and have it straight. So basically, it's trying to get the mindset of when you're in the throttle, you should not have the wheel turned at all because that's just going to destroy your right front.
Well, there you go. I'm going into tomorrow's race that I'm going to try and do and use the string theory. Justin, you have to get that under pattern. You might be able to get a little device that you can make me and like a training aid for everyone.
Hell yeah, might as well.
You might as well. You've just given your secret away now to the millions and millions of people that are watching, of course. So there you go. Going forward, first up, let's ask the question. Are you going to be able to make the rest of the races in the late models?
We'll see. I've been trying to run some of the Xfinity stuff, and I've got a lot of practice to do for the 12 hours of Bathurst coming up, and we'll see. It depends.
It depends on, you are leading the late models, but you're not leading the Xfinity, right? So are you going to prioritize one league over the other?
It's going to be close. I was going to run the Xfinities this Thursday. I believe they're running at Darlington, but my girlfriend has something else planned, so I might be out of luck there.
Yeah, mate. First rules of racing, right? When you come to the interview, when I say, "Is there anyone you want to shout out?" the first person you say is their wife or the girlfriend for letting you do it. That's partly because you want to sleep in the bed and not on the sofa. Dude, all right? So you want to make sure that you get that bit right. So I'm going to ask you now, Justin, is there anyone you want to shout out before I let you go here this evening?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank, obviously, my girlfriend and my mom. And I want to thank everybody over at On Edge Racing. Yeah, she was actually, my girlfriend was cooking food in the kitchen. She was cutting onions, and I was tearing up while I was driving. I was struggling.
Oh, no.
Was that you crying over her cooking or just crying the fact that she was cooking?
No. I love the food. I love the food.
Justin, have a good one there, buddy. It's been a pleasure talking to you, as it always is.
Absolutely. Have a good night, guys.
And you. Well, there you go, Aidan. It didn't take long at all, to be fair. It was another great night of racing from these guys as well. Justin Hazlitt there, digging himself up, getting himself out of a hole. But then again, I suppose technically I was trying to get him to dig himself a hole. But a great evening of racing. How was it for you for being here for the first time?
It's actually a wild experience because usually on this night I would be in the 65 Procore Tundra at the Milwaukee Mile, but I'd rather see how this goes, and I came and got my money's worth, front row seats. This was an exceptional race. The mayhem, the carnage, and the strategy is a very interesting one by Justin Hazlitt, by the way. For all you wondering, we should all start using that. But yeah, it was very awesome to come out here today, be with you here in the booth, and watch all this unfold. It's been a honest pleasure. It was really amazing.
Yeah, it definitely was that as well. Thanks so much to everybody that has joined me in the booth once more as well. Mookie, Thomas Hood, bitten the stars. And then you got Neil Overmeyer, Thank you very much for the correction. Tyler Ruelas, who jumped in, Werrod there as well. He said 3. It was only 2, Werrod. But for now, guys, that's going to round it up. I've been James Parfit alongside Aidan Graham here this evening. Take care. Have a great week. And as always, you never know. We might see you on a track sometime. Good night.